Hello everybody, what is going on? Steggy here with a video review on the Sennheiser PC360 gaming headset. Yes, you heard correctly. Now this review has been a long time coming. A few years back I had reviewed the PC350 headset from Sennheiser, which was their first real stab at the competitive gaming headset market. Sporting a closed back design and the same drivers as their HD595 headphone, which was basically the gold standard for Halo 2 competitive gaming, this headset was poised for a lot of promise. However, while the concept was good, the design of the closed-back nature led to a lack of bass and a slight tinniness to the sound quality, which wasn't conducive for music or competitive gaming, and it just didn't befit the HD595 expectation. Fast forward to about a year ago, and Sennheiser releases the Sennheiser PC360 gaming headset, a top-of-the-line, open-back version of the PC350, complete with the HD595 drivers. Now, is this headset the answer to our prayers? Do we finally have a headset that has the same sound quality as the HD595 headphone, as well as all the features of all the other headsets out there? Well, if you want to find out the answer, stick past the break for my full review. Getting into the design first, the Sennheiser PC360 takes a few elements from the Sennheiser PC350 headset and the HD595 headphone and brings a few new elements to the table as well. The Sennheiser PC360 has the same overall design as the PC350. If you look at a little side by side between the two, you see the biggest visual differences are that the PC360s are matte versus the PC350's glossy finish, and the PC360's open grills versus the PC350's closed back, and the PC360's velour padding versus the PC350's leatherette padding. Starting with the comfort, the PC360 utilizes the same extra-large velour ear pads as the HD595, ensuring a circumaural fit without your ears touching any of the padding. If you've tried the Sennheiser HD555, 595, 558, or 598, then you'll feel right at home here. The headband is also made of the same velour material. The design works out great for my big head and the fact that I wear glasses. Now if you look at the PC360, you might be thinking that it looks plain and has no controls. The PC360 does retain the same controls as the PC350, but they're just relocated. A brand new feature for the PC360 is that you can mute your microphone by lifting it up. Once it gets past about 45 degrees, you hear a click, and boom, it's muted. And the PC360 has an inline volume circular dial on the right ear cup. It's the only control on the right side, so it's very easy to control on your head, though I have to say I didn't really use the inline too much when gaming. I just left it on the max setting and controlled volume, game, and chat with my Astro Mix amp. The PC360 is a PC headset like the PC350. It has two 3.5mm jacks that can plug straight into your sound card for PC gaming, but for console gaming, you have to purchase additional equipment. The most popular companion to the PC360 is the Astro Mix amp, which provides virtual surround sound for better directional positioning and gives game chat balancing so you can set your teammates and your game audio to your preferred liking. The Astro Mix amp is an additional $130. There are cheaper alternatives out there like the SteelSeries audio mixer, but I don't think that gamers who will shell out the kind of dough for the PC360 will skimp out and get the audio mixer, as it introduces background hiss to gaming headsets, which isn't fun. The PC360 microphone is the same as the PC350 microphone. It has one of the largest form factors for microphones I've seen on a gaming headset. The microphone is on a thick plastic arm with a rubberized middle so you can bend the microphone closer and farther away to your mouth. The quality is good on the microphone, but I don't know if it's necessarily worth the large size when your use is going to be for gaming, and it's not miles above the mic quality of competition out there, so it makes you question whether or not it's worth the size. In addition, the microphone isn't detachable at all, making this headset not very versatile. The sound quality is great for a lot of applications, gaming, music, and movies, but the fixed microphone is sort of an eyesore if you're not using it. While this might not be a problem for some inside the home, the thing is you can't use the PC360s out in public, obviously. If you look at the side of the PC360 with just the volume dial, if it was a headphone, it would not be bad looking. I would rock that outside no problem if it was a headphone. Now I know not everyone wears full-size headphones in public. I would though. When talking this over with my buddy aka Trent, he raises a good point that the PC360's openness wouldn't be conducive for public use because of the sound leakage. And while it's a good point, it didn't really keep me from using my HD595s back in the day when I used to bring those with me everywhere, so I guess it just depends on the person. The evolution from the PC350 to the PC360 has seen some loss in ergonomics. The PC350 headset would have swiveling ear cups and even fold to make traveling a bit easier. You get no such thing with the PC360. The PC360's ear cups pivot a bit for comfort reasons, but traveling with the PC360s is a bit difficult. It would be awesome if Sennheiser offered a travel case like Astro sells separately for their A40 headset. And in case any of you are wondering, yes, you can fit the PC360 in the A40 case, but it's a bit of a tight fit. If the ear cups would simply swivel to make the headset flat, the PC360 would be a lot better for travel since you could just lay it flat in luggage or something underneath your clothes, which would make life easier for traveling competitive gamers. Getting into the sound, simply put, this is the best sounding headset I've used to date. The PC360 sound quality does stay true to the Sennheiser HD595. With this headset, you get a huge soundstage, crystal clarity, and nice tonal balance. The PC360 offers bright highs, which are great for those high-hitting vocals and music, as well as footsteps and bullet fire in gaming. I'm truly taken back to the days of Halo 2, back when I would hook my HD595s to the headphone jack on my TV when I'd game, before the wave of Dolby headphone and game chat balance and all those extra features. If you have similar origins and remember the Sennheiser HD555 and HD595 reign in competitive gaming, you'll feel right at home with the PC360. So how does the PC360 compare with other headsets out there? Well, the A40 2011 edition has been my go-to headset and standard benchmark for reviewing other headsets. Astro Gaming revised their original A40 with a tournament upgrade kit, giving a warmer, fuller sound to music and gaming. When I had reviewed the Astro A40 2011 edition, I had pitted it against my HD595s for sound comparison, and this comparison will tell the same story. The thing with some of the more affordable headsets in the market is that they can sometimes really favor certain sides of the audio spectrum. Like the SteelSeries 5HV2 or the Triton AX720 have a lack of bass in their sound signature, and others will favor the lower end with boomy bass. When pitted against these headsets like the Sennheiser PC360 and the A40 will appear to have a balanced sound in comparison, in addition to a significant bump in soundstage and clarity. However, when you pit these two big kahunas against each other, you can find the more minute differences. So how do they compare with one another? Well, the A40s have that almost speaker-like warm sound. Mids and highs are at a good balance, not too forward, and the warm low end comes in to round the sound out. The PC360s have a natural sounding bass, well-balanced mids, and bright highs. The A40's highs aren't as bright as the PC360's, and the PC360's low end isn't as warm as the A40. An easy way of putting it is if the PC360s were speakers with a subwoofer dial, if you turned it up a bit, you have the A40. The A40's sound is more colored overall, while the sound from the PC360 is just tighter overall. The two are pretty damn comparable in sound. So all in all, what do I think of the PC360? Like I said, sound quality wise, the PC360 is the best I've heard yet. Sennheiser has finally been able to incorporate the HD595 sound into a fully functional headset. However, the PC360 demands a high price of $211 currently, and if you're into console gaming, you're going to have to shell out even more money on a solution like the Astro Mix Amp. If you're comparing the PC360's sound to the A40's, I personally preferred the PC360 sound signature more for music and gaming, but the improvement is small considering the price gap. When you get into higher end audio, you're paying more for smaller and smaller improvements. But what would make the PC360's price more bearable is if they were more versatile. Again, I mentioned the fixed microphone. I would have loved it if you could have just popped out the microphone of the headset and rock it as a headphone. As it stands, the PC360 is geared towards the hardcore competitive gamers out there. It's not the easiest to travel with if your goal is to get to tournaments, but once you're there, the PC360s won't let you down. So if you've got the deep pockets and the urine for the highest quality of sound, check out the PC360 at SennheiserUSA.com. So that'll do it for my video review on the Sennheiser PC360 gaming headset. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and if you really like this video, hit that favorite button as it really does help me out. And be sure to check out the description box below for some links. I've got my Twitter page and my Facebook page where I post all the updates on my reviews and stuff. And then I also got a link to my second YouTube channel, which is for gaming. So in case any of you guys were wondering, is this kid actually good at video games, be sure to check it out and be the judge for yourself. Once again, this is Steggy with a video review on the Sennheiser PC360 gaming headset, and until my next video, I will catch you guys later. By the way, the bandana? Pulling it off? Huh? Come on. Come on. Pulling it off? Come on. I'm pulling it off, right? Come on.